on a low water crossing. Yeah, that's gonna be cutting it so close. Look, there's just nobody around for miles, probably. 0%, 0 miles remaining, and asking for electricity. I may have to take my clothes off, and you know, that's just kind of the that's just the game that you play whenever you ride electrics. You know what I'm saying? Stayed at this really nice Airbnb last night with the family. Yesterday we went and toured a bunch of wineries in the area. Wife and the baby just left to head back home, and so I'm going to take, as always, the more fun way to get home. At least I hope it's going to be the fun way. So we are currently here in Amosville, Virginia, and we're going to follow the red line. It's about 200 miles, mostly off-road. It goes through the Blue Ridge Mountains and ends relatively close to home. The whole point of this ride is to try to gauge what the range is going to be on the S2 Del Mar off-road conditions whenever I do my big trip in Texas. I just want to get a baseline on the bike. What's the range going to be like? What's the handling going to be like? And that's going to give me an idea of any modifications or changes that I need to make to the bike between now and November whenever we go on the trip. I'm going at such low speeds, you know, on these back roads, unless I'm on a straightaway and I'm not in the mountains. 25 to 35, that's about my average. I'm not a Tasmanian trail devil. I like the solitude more than the speed of being out here, and that's really the only reason why I ever ride out on these roads, is just to kind of be in nature and then just be by myself. And that's really the goal. It doesn't matter how fast I get there or how fast I'm going through. I just want to be there, like be here, you know. Old bus. Look, there's just nobody around for miles, probably. You don't hear anybody. Isn't that great? All right, so I'm at a 50% battery. I've gone 53 miles. At some point I need to do a map check. I guess I could do it now. I just want to make sure that I'm not too far away from any of the chargers that I had plotted. I can't really see it on my GPS for some reason right now. All right, so it looks like this is going to be the closest one. A ChargePoint charger. Let's see how far away it is. 43 miles. It's going to be close. Now this is not taking me the most direct route. Yeah, that's gonna be cutting it so close. But I am going slower now. My range remaining is based off of how fast I was just going. And if anything, I can just pull over at someone, pull over and just kind of slow charge for a little bit until I've got enough range. So I think I'm just gonna keep going. I shouldn't be on any more high-speed routes. So range should be pretty good getting there. And if I have to, I'll just pull over at some mountain man's house and ask him for electricity. I may have to take my clothes off. And you know, that's just kind of the, that's just the game that you play whenever you ride electrics. You know what I'm saying? Who may or may not have a very gentle touch. We don't know. We don't know. percent, 0 miles remaining, and I've got 2 miles left to go. So what I'm doing is I've got the bike in custom profile with no regen braking. So I'm trying to take it easy going up the hills, and then once I go down, I just let off the throttle and just coast. Now it's just about conserving momentum as best as I can. You know, the bike's still got a little bit of juice left in it, even though it says 0%. You know, I want to say that on my Del Mar, I've got like maybe 3 to 4 miles left after 0%. So I'm just being very gentle with it, not trying to accelerate too hard. Again, using that downhill to coast. And then once I feel the bike starting to slow down going uphill, I gently put on the throttle. We should make it. I'm not too concerned about it. About to do a speed change, dropping it down to 35. See, this is what most people misunderstand about regenerative braking on motorcycles. On cars, it's very different. The cars, they have the mass to regenerate a lot of energy. But on a motorcycle, yeah, I mean, you don't have that heavy mass to push the bike forward enough to really recharge a whole lot. So when you're like where I am now at 0% battery, or being reported 0% battery, you're gonna cover more distance coasting than you would trying to regen energy. So coast, you gotta coast when it comes to electric motorcycles. That's the best way to get the most range out of the bikes. Coast whenever you can. Always try to preserve momentum. You know, that momentum, it's representative of the energy that you've already expended to get you to that speed. And so anything you do to reduce that momentum, you're just wasting energy. This is like, I mean, it's good that there's chargers here, but there's literally nothing around here. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm constantly bottoming out the front. I'm maxed out right now.